Woo! What's going on? I'm here, and you know what? I'm craving some Raven. I got a hankering for some football. I'm back. It's the second episode. I'm going to be talking mostly about Eric DeCosta and the moves he's made or has to make, the stuff that's going down. But first, you hear that? That's the sound of freedom, baby. Football and beer. I'm here in New Mexico, where the microbrews reign supreme. This is from a little place called Quarter Celtic. It's the Moorbuck. It's an IPA. It's delicious, and it's in a 32-ounce can. So the beer goes to your belly in an amazing way. In a tall-ass can. It's awesome. And just to let you guys know, actually, let me sip a little bit real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. That's the spot. I'm not going to lie. New Mexico has the best microbrews in the country. I'm sorry if you don't agree. But you can go fuck yourself. It's true. Whenever New Mexico goes up to competitions for their beer, they always come back with trophies. Fucking champs. That's right. Fucking Spanish champs. I know what you're thinking. I sound like I speak pretty good English. That's because it's in America, okay? I'm tired of people saying, oh, you got a pretty good accent for living in Mexico. It's New Mexico. It's Albuquerque. Yes, Breaking Bad. That's the easiest way for people to recognize it. But it's a cool town. I enjoy it. And today, I actually have a sponsor. My first official sponsor. So I believe they sent me this email, and I think I just have to read it, and then I get paid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because this podcast is officially sponsored by Massage Parlor Signs. Okay? I guess I'll just read this. If you are a massage parlor and give rub and tugs in the back, we have the sign for you. Our only model, which we call the El Capitan. They must be a Spanish company. Our model, which we call El Capitan, has been widely used and enjoyed by our customers for generations. It features the classic white sign with the word massage written in red lettering. You know the one. Talk about your experiences with the massage parlor with, driving down the road, I saw this sketchy building with a door that said, don't come inside. But you know what? I did. Because you know what I saw above that door? A white sign with the word massage written in red. You know the one. So I knew I could go in there, get a massage, possibly herpes, maybe a little Robert Kraft action, if you know what I'm saying. And today, my listeners can get a 10% off discount if they go to www.massageparlorsign.com, click the microphone, and type in Rub Dis to receive the 10% discount. Once again, click the microphone and type in Rub Dis. That's spelled RUBDIS to receive that 10% code. All right. That was totally a real sponsor. 100% real. I'm making money off massage parlor signs. The classic white sign with red lettering. Everybody knows the one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you live under a rock. All right. So, as I said, we're going to be talking about Eric DeCosta. It's a very important year. It is his first season as the Ravens GM, taking over for Ozzie Newsome. And this is huge because Ozzie Newsome, he's been the GM the whole damn time throughout history since, well, I guess after I was born, but since I was born in 1994, he's been there since, 98? I guess he's been the only GM, but the Ravens, he started in 98, I'm pretty sure. So that means he didn't the Ravens just didn't have a GM. I don't really know. For all that I know about the Ravens, I do not know this. Anyways, looking at Ozzie Newsome's, like, his first draft, and getting 2 Hall of Famers, like, bang bang, like that. I don't think we can expect the same from Eric DeCosta. I think Eric DeCosta is going to be a good GM, but I don't think there's 2 Hall of Famers in the draft, because like when you draft it, it's scheme dependent, it's player dependent. Like, you're gonna have to have like the perfect coach and player mix to have a Hall of Famer, and I just don't think that's in this draft mixed with our coaches. I'm sorry, I just don't think so. And being his first draft, it's going to be exciting to see kind of which direction he goes. Does he continue defense, or does he just go all offense? All the way, baby. Touchdowns or picks. Like, what do you want? What kind of flavor do you want? This is huge. This is like one of the biggest developments in Ravens history, for Ozzie Newsome, who was such a stable figure in the front office for the Ravens. Now he's out, and replacing him is someone who's been there the whole time too, training. So I have all the confidence in the world that Eric DeCosta is going to do a pretty damn good job. I think it's going to be at least comparable to what Ozzie Newsome has been doing in the past few years. Because Eric was a huge part of every single one of those drafts. And I wish when he went on the podcast, the Ravens podcast with the Lounge with Garrett and Ryan, I wish they kind of got into it a little bit more. I wish they actually would have talked to him about, like, hey, of the guys you've drafted in the past, who was your guy? Who was the guy that you stood up on the table and was like, this is my guy? Because that's some pretty good information. If, like, I want to know who's the guys that he drafted. Like, we're all on him. Because frankly, it's hard to tell. There's so many people involved in the draft that you don't actually know who was screaming for who. Like, so when someone like Marlon Humphrey, like, who made that decision? Well, obviously it was Ozzie, but like who was really fighting for him, and who was against it? Who was like, nah, I don't know. I don't really know about this kid. He's got a lot of questions. He can't really seem to find the ball in the air, which was what his questions were coming out into the draft. And the Ravens took him. Someone obviously fought for him in the room. I just want to know who Eric's guys were and who they weren't. Like, if he was the one screaming for Brashad Perryman, and this move ain't looking too hot. I'm not too excited about Eric DeCosta becoming the GM at that point, but I don't think that's true. I think he is more of the modern day kind of guy, using analytics and really looking at the numbers and tape as a combo. I think, Ozzie Newsome, he's just old. Yeah, and I think it's kind of weird how he's sticking around with the organization, but they don't have an actual title for him. Oh, excuse me. Fucking beer. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Tastes good. But I mean, Ozzie Newsome, he's going to be sticking around. But what's he going to do? So is he just going to become Eric DeCosta, like someone who's super important but doesn't actually make the final call? Like, I wonder. Because he's got a pretty big off season. So much is changing this season. Like, more so than others, just because we have a change at quarterback, which is huge. It's the most important position in football, and now we have a whole new cast of characters to try to complement what Lamar can do. It ain't gonna be easy. I have my ideas for what they should do or how they should do things. But I'm gonna save that for another episode because I'm gonna try to stick to um, Eric DeCosta. And I mean, he seems like a good dude. I have trust in him. I like the fact that he's young, energetic, plays pranks on people. I think that's awesome. I think that really goes to show like his camaraderie. Someone who likes their fellow employees. That's good. That's a positive. If he was like down and around, like real dreary, like, oh, I'm Eric DeCosta, woe's me. I mean, I would have an issue with that. Um, but we just don't know. So far, he has signed or extended John Harbaugh. I don't know if that was him or if that was Steve Bisciotti. I don't know how they actually handle that, but I like that. I like John Harbaugh. He's not the best, but who's better? He's got a Super Bowl. He's a pretty good leader of humans, I guess, and because he's not like an offensive mind or defensive mind, which kind of has its own issues, which maybe I'll talk about at some other point. But he's a good leader in general, and I think signing him was probably the best start. Like I don't know why. Like, why would you trade GMs and then just trade your coach, or change GMs and change your coach the same year? I think that's a recipe for something real bad to happen. I mean, the Ravens haven't been consistently great, but they've been consistently good besides like 1 year, and that's when Flacco was injured when they went 5-11. I think John Harbaugh, that was a good signing or extension by Eric DeCosta. So far, good move. And another thing that he's done already is he extended Tavon Young. I like this move. A lot of people seem to question it when the numbers came out. I forget what it is. I think it's going to end up being like $8 million a year. And like, oh, $8 million a year for a slot corner. Whoa, what the hell? I think that's good. I think that's a good price for what is essentially a starting corner. They have 3 corners on the field almost every fucking play. I don't see why you wouldn't pay that guy who is such a vital piece of the defense. I don't see why you wouldn't want to give him that apparently record-breaking contract. I mean, I think it only breaks the record by like $500,000. But I mean, you need those guys. You need to make your young players happy. You can't let them hit free agency, which I think was great by Eric DeCosta. There's going to be a huge issue because there are so many Ravens players that are hitting free agency. I almost want to say, like, hey, man, Eric, just blow the thing up, man. Just try to keep your extra young players like Matthew Judon, sign them before they hit free agency, because once they hit free agency, man, someone's always willing to pay. For whatever reason, someone's always willing to pay. I don't know why. It dumbfounds me, because I think, there's always cheaper, younger guys coming out. They may not be comparable, or you don't know if they are. They could be better, they could be worse, you just don't know. That's the beauty of the draft. But I don't want I don't want them to sign any free agents, and because of I don't know, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, I don't want them to sign any free agents, and I wouldn't mind if they let our free agents go. Like, for instance, like C.J. Mosley, Zadarius Smith. I would love both of those players to come back, but because they didn't get signed before they're going to hit free agency, there's no way we can keep them for a reasonable amount of money. I mean, if you're going to pay one, I think you're going to have to pay C.J. Mosley. Zadarius Smith, he produced hella pressures. Like, he was really good on the pressure side of things. Like, he killed it in that aspect of pass rushing. Like, he didn't always get home, but I think he was one of the league leaders in pressures. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up his numbers and compared to what other people did around this league. Oh my god! All right, let's see. see if I can look this up. Actually, I'm just going to pause this and then pull it up. So just looking at his PFF grade was a 71.7, which ranks him as good. I mean, I don't think that's that good. Yeah, so last season, he got 8.5 sacks. Not bad. I mean, not even close to the best. 45 tackles, 26 solo tackles, 19 assists on tackles. I didn't even know they recorded that. 10 tackles for loss, nothing crazy, but QB hits 25. So, game of 16. Do some math real quick. It's less than 2 a game. But if you're looking from, 2017, he got 16. So he damn near doubled. Not damn near doubled, but, increased by 9. That's quite a bit. So, I mean, not bad. I like what he did, but it always seemed like he was so close. He was always getting pressure. But at the same time, I think Tim Williams, a lot of people are down on Tim Williams. I think he pressured like crazy too. Whenever he was on the field, which was rare, he always got after it. It looked like, at least like he was so fast that, he jumped off the ball and he was already like at level with the quarterback. He just needs to learn how to level off a little bit better and then actually make the sack. But I digress. I'm here to talk about Eric DeCosta. These are some tough moves because a lot of our free agents, a lot of production. It's going to be tough to get rid of them all, and whether they should or should not. I don't think they should just get rid of everybody, but I mean try to get some value. I don't see how you could trade all these guys. I mean didn't even mention Joe Flacco. He was the biggest piece to fall. I'm surprised they were able to trade him. I really thought, like with Nick Foles out there, with Teddy Bridgewater, and all of the rookies coming out, and there's not many shitty quarterbacks in the league. There's really only a couple left. And you can see, like, the Dolphins could upgrade. It's getting real close. Like I've heard Dave Damashek talk about on his podcast, that we're almost at a tipping point where there are no bad quarterbacks in the league. Pretty close. Probably like 3-4 away. You got like Jacksonville, Dolphins. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, I'd say like almost Andy Dalton, but I mean he puts up numbers. He's fucking Andy Dalton. Piece of shit. The Red Rider, whatever the fuck his name is. The no soul, have an ass Andy Dalton. Drink some beer. Drink much? Oh man. But Joe Flacco, we got I think a 4th round. Not bad. I mean, for telecasting almost since the bye that Flacco was done. It's obviously Lamar's team now, and there's no way they're going to bring him back at that number. He just took up too much money, and we couldn't support the rest of the team, I feel. Or at least they weren't willing to. They just didn't want to, or Ozzy at least didn't want to put money into the offense for some reason, just because he put so much money in Flacco. They're like, oh, he's making all this money, he must be that good. So we don't need those pieces. Like, no, Flacco's only good with pieces, or if it's a playoff game. For whatever reason, that was his shit. Flacco, the Joe Flacco effect, it is what it is. Nothing against him. He was my guy forever. He was the first consistent Ravens quarterback who produced. And then you get used to it. Finally the Ravens, they got a quarterback. And then we got used to the fact that, hey, we have a quarterback, why isn't he playing better? It's like they They gave us an inch, and we took a yard. Maybe like 50 yards, like that bomb, Mile High Miracle. Now he's going to go play with them, which is, oh man, I feel bad for Denver fans. I honestly do. I have a close friend here who is a Denver fan, and I remember before the trade happened, like it was mid-season, and I was telling him that, hey man, Flacco to the Broncos, let's go baby, let's get it. And he's like, no, fuck you. That is the worst thing that could ever happen. And what do you know? What do you know happened? Let's go, baby. I remember texting him right away, and he just texts back, R.I.P. Dead ass. Terrible. I mean, we're going on 20 minutes. Yeah. Being able to get a 4th-round pick for Flacco, I think was great. It was a great move by Eric, and that frees up so much money. So maybe you can sign someone like C.J. Mosley. But man, like if you get rid of CJ, who are you gonna replace him with? Peanut, he played well. Kenny Young, he played well until the end of the year. He must have hit that rookie wall, even though John Harbaugh thinks it's not a real thing, but apparently it is for some people. I don't know why. Maybe I think Peanut just started to outplay him, so he just didn't see the field. He didn't have to, because Peanut was whooping ass. Dude, that stripping the ball, it happened towards the end of the season like 2 times, and every time someone was going down, they were never, they were never down until Peanut got there. Like because he was always punching the ball. It looked like he was just attacking whoever the offensive player was. It looks like he was just attacking them. Kind of like an asshole. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna punch this motherfucker. He runs up and like, peanut power. Boom, motherfucker, get peanutted on. Oh, gross. You get peanutted on. Ugh. So I think everyone in the league is PBing jealous that the Ravens had Eric DeCosta this whole time. And now he is at the forefront, making moves. Really just doing it for us, And he's young. I don't know exactly how old he is. I can look this up real quick. And just the old Google. The old Google. Woo! Let's see. How old is Eric DeCosta? The fuck do you spell DeCosta? It's just like you spell it. Oh, yeah. Alright. He is 47 years old. Holy shit. He's 47? He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good for his age. So, he's young, spry, healthy. He keeps himself in check. Got to keep that body in check. Must be doing the weight training with Steve Saunders. Keep that body balanced. That's what's up, Eric. That's what's good. So, I could really see him being the GM if he doesn't just fail catastrophically. I mean, he learned from the best, so he should at least retain some of those qualities, like when it comes to looking at talent. And he's got his own, well, I'm hoping, analytics side, or at least looking into it more, taking a PFF kind of side to it, which it's not always, stats aren't always right. The eye test isn't always right. I mean, if you, it's really a combo. I think analytics are better for, 4th to 7th round and undrafted guys. I think for like 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, you got to pass the eye test. You got to look. You got to be able to watch any game and say, yo, this guy's good. This motherfucker right here, this dude can ball. You got to be able to say that, I think. Yeah, but that's just me. I ain't no GM. I ain't no Eric DeCosta. So, since he is so young, he really could be here for the next, 30 years? 20 years? All right, in 20 years, he'll be 67. Ozzy's 62 right now. And just looking at him, like Ozzy looks like he's 80, even though he's 62. and Eric looks like he's 35, even though he's 47. So I'm about it, you know. I am just excited to see, or hoping to see, what kind of GM he is. What kind of players does he go after? You know, I know after Ray Rice, Ravens they never would take a flyer on someone with like character issues. You know, someone who has domestic violence in their back. So now, like the Jeffrey Simmons kid coming out, he hit that girl in high school, which just no bueno. I mean, I didn't see the tape. I kind of want to. I hope it's as funny as that Kareem Hunt one. Everyone made a huge deal, but when I saw it, I was like, that's it? That's what happened? I don't know what they were arguing about. It's all he said, she said kind of shit. But, like, he pushed his boy, and his boy, like, ran into the girl because he's an NFL fucking running back, and he's massive. Like, you can tell, like, he's an athlete amongst athletes. Like, when you see him next to just random people, like his friends, like, how explosive he was. Like, that's what I saw. I saw, he checked the tape, you know, he had good numbers on that push, but he wrecked his boy who hit into the girl, and then the girl was just, like, sitting on the ground, fetal position, like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. And then he ran out and kicked her in the booty, and she fell over, and it's like, oh, that's it? Like, that looked like a sibling fight, almost. And then she went crying. I don't condone hitting women, violence against women. Like, if it's not deserved, I think there's I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and spout pro-domestic violence stuff. So I'm just gonna get away with that. Listen, if she kills your kids, you can hit her. I saying that there's no excuse to hit a woman obviously doesn't have a good enough imagination about reasons to do that. But whatever. I'm just a fan of football, one of the most violent sports. Who the fuck's gonna talk shit to a football player? That's just a bad idea. Anyways, Eric DeCosta, I think you're my boy. You're my boy, Blue. Take us home. I'm hoping it's more offense. I'd like to see some more exciting play. You know, keep the guys we got on defense, because they're fucking killing it. Other than that, that's pretty much all my thoughts on Eric DeCosta. You know, I think in the future, if I get enough viewers, maybe I'll like have people like send me emails or like answer questions. So actually, yeah, if you want to write to me, you can email me at I just made an email at csrpod@gmail.com. That's spelled CSRPOD@gmail.com, and that's just kind of my email account for the web for the podcast. It's just so like all the information kind of goes to one area. So you can email me there, and I'll respond to you. If there's like 3 people, that would be crazy. I might shart my pants. Literally shart my pants. I might lay a big old DeCosta in the toilet. Big old Deuce Costa. Yeah, send me an email. Or, I don't really have a way to donate, but if you want to give me money, give me money. Yeah, that's fucking dope. Give me some fucking money, you filthy animal. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Onward and upward, Eric DeCosta, to infinity and beyond.